Yeah, hi all. Welcome to Data Analytics and BI. So before we get started, so let me show something to you. So I'm an author. Yes, you know, few of them bought the book. So that's why you are here. No. Okay. Thank you for supporting me. So my book, Voyagers of the Lost Earth, is available on Amazon. So the price is also a little decreased. So yeah, please purchase the book. And if you want anything, any help, resume building or anything related, yeah, this is me. Okay, I'm really down to it. Okay, so it is 288th rank. Okay, in science fiction. So and also I'm receiving good feedback from the readers. Thank you. So yeah, now let us get into the topic that we want to discuss. Okay, so what is today's agenda? So let's see. So previously, what do we have? App.powerbi.com. Okay, that's well and good. What is app.powerbi.com? So we used to handle the complete Power BI service, okay, monitoring all the Power BI reports. So it is completely called as a Power BI administration previously, okay, 2 years back or 1 year back. Okay, 2 years back or 1 year back, it was called like Power BI service. So completely, who is a Power BI developer? Okay, the BI developer or data analyst. Okay, what does he need to handle? He should handle, the person should handle report building. Okay, report building or report to development. So report to development. So report development includes DAX, and the next one is Power BI administration. Okay, so completely handle all this. So he should take care of, the person should take care of these three things. But now in the year 2024, okay, we got some booming technology which was launched by the Microsoft. It is Microsoft Fabric. Microsoft Fabric. So what is Microsoft Fabric? So first of all, what is Microsoft Fabric? So previously it was called as app.powerbi.com. Now it is called as a fabric.com. Okay, fabric.com. So what do we see here? So what if you want to go, if you want to buy any products, for example, we want some day-to-day products. So what do? We go to grocery store, the big grocery store. Okay, what do we do? Big grocery store, any mart, okay, or any mart. So what do we do? Whatever the products that we are using for our house, for our eating and all, okay, from end to end product, any material, all the products and the materials we find in that mart. Okay, we find in that mart. So even if you want to buy medicines, okay, we find that in the mart. Even if you want to find any steel items, we can find any plastic item. Yes, we can find. So the daily usage of all the products are found in the mart. So there is no need of going to separate shop to buy something. So the way we have it, the mart, okay. So Walmart or DMart or what do you say, Target. There is no need of going somewhere else. Okay, we go there every month and we buy whatever the products are required. So we also have data side. Okay, there are three domains which are in booming. The first one is data engineering. Second one is data analysis. Third one is data science. Okay, data science. So what do we have in the data engineering? So we use some Azure platforms. Okay, Azure platforms. So what are all the Azure platforms? The booming platforms: Azure Data Factory, Azure Data Lake, okay, Azure Data Bricks. Okay, so these, okay, if you want to go for any event streaming and all, so these are all available in the Azure platforms. There are around 200 plus platforms available in the Azure. Azure is from Microsoft. Okay, Databricks is different. Databricks is launched by the Apache Spark. In order to handle it in the cloud, they have used Azure. Okay, Azure. So for the data analysis, what do we need? We need SQL or any database. So I can simply write SQL, Oracle, Snowflake. Okay, database we need. And for data visualization, we have Power BI. Data science, we need to know Python. Okay, and we need, so if you know, if you have heard about the data science what do you say, the Anaconda is the application that we have, Jupyter Notebook that we used to do. And yeah, Jupyter Notebook, Anaconda, Jupyter Notebook, and we use Python for data science, data analysis. We use Python. So here, what do we need to know in order to implement? We have the way we have Jupyter Notebook. Okay, here we have notebooks. Okay, I'll show that. I'll show that. So here we have Python, and also for machine learning models. Okay, we have Azure machine learning models, inbuilt models. Okay, Azure machine learning models completely available. Okay, completely available in Microsoft Fabric. Microsoft Fabric. So Power BI now let us come into picture that Power BI is integrated in the Fabric. Okay, Power BI is integrated in Fabric. There is no separate Power BI, app.powerbi.com. Now Power BI is integrated in Fabric, is one of the tools. One of the tools in the Fabric. It is previously 1 year back only one and only the tool. Now it is one of the tools. So they want to make it everything online. Okay, everything on cloud. The main agenda is Microsoft want to take off the on-premise data sources or applications that we are using. So everything should be on the cloud. Now let us see what do we have in here. Okay, now let us see what do we have. This is Fabric. There is no need of going to Azure. Now, if you know, there was one exam called as AZ 203 for data engineering. Now it is being retired. Now it is the exam is DP 700 Fabric Data Engineering, DP 600. Okay, DP 600 Fabric Data Analyst. Now we are writing PL 300. Maybe in future after 1 year or 2 years, PL 300 may get retired. Okay, and also I would like to tell you that so before by the end of this year, get yourself moved towards the Fabric, sorry, Power BI jobs, BI developer or data analyst jobs. After 1 year, people also, the companies are also asking the data engineering concepts, mainly Azure Data Lake and Data Factory. Okay, let's see. So in Azure, okay, what do you see? In Azure, it is called as Azure Data Factory. In Fabric, it is called as a pipeline. In Azure, it is called as a data lake. In Fabric, it is called as a lake house. Okay, Databricks, yes, as it is a Databricks. And SQL, we use SSMS, but in cloud, it is Azure database. Okay, so let's see that. Let's see. And if you want to know about the Databricks, we need to know the PySpark. Okay, PySpark is the main thing if you want to write the notebooks. Okay, notebooks are nothing but implementing the Databricks. Okay, so now let us see. Now let us see. You see on the bottom left side, Fabric of Power BI. Let me click on this. You see, I can switch to Fabric. Okay, I can switch to Fabric. The only thing is that you need to have the Fabric license. Okay, you will get it for free. Okay, so for 60 days, the trial version is 60 days. So click on the workspace. Okay, click on the workspace. What do we need to do? Let us create one new workspace. Okay, click on the new workspace. So let me write the Fabric workshop. Let me write Fabric workshop is the name of the, okay, for Fabric workspace. Let me go for writing Lakehouse and Dataflow Gen2, Dataflow Gen2, okay, and pipeline. So let me write, let's see. Okay, let me click on select, where is that Fabric trial? Okay, what is the version that we need to select? The license part, Fabric trial, and click on apply. Okay, we created one workspace. Okay, we created one workspace. What is the first thing that we need to do? Okay, what is the first thing that we need to do? Let us see what is Lakehouse. Okay, simply remember Lakehouse is used for data storage. Okay, Lakehouse is used for data storage. Okay, Microsoft Fabric, okay, integrates data engineering, data science, data warehousing, real-time analytics, and business intelligence into a single software as solution, SaaS. Okay, completely on cloud. Okay, it eliminates the need of multiple disconnected system by unifying storage. Okay, by unifying the storage. So understand the lakehouse architecture. Okay, the lakehouse, for example, if you see, okay, for example, if you see, okay, for example, let me draw something for you. Okay, for example, if you see, so we are working in one organization. Okay, the organization has different data sources. Okay, different data sources. So the data source one, okay, probably Excel or flat files. Another data source, that is database. Okay, database. And we also have one more data source, for example, Salesforce. Another data source. Okay, there are multiple data sources. I mean, the data is getting generated, okay, or the employees in the organization, they are using different data sources. Okay, these are all the data sources. Okay, these are all the data sources. So we can't get all these data sources from the different into Power BI or any other applications. Everything should be stored in a single. Okay, so it is called as a centralized governance. Okay, it is a single data source. Okay, we want to store it in the single data source. That is Lakehouse. Okay, that is Lakehouse. All these multiple data sources are stored in Lakehouse. Okay, all these multiple data sources are stored in the Lakehouse. So how the data is stored in the Lakehouse? So whatever the data it is, structure, unstructured, semi-structured, whatever the type of data, we can give it. Okay, we can store the data. So here it is Lakehouse, and from the Lakehouse, okay, from the Lakehouse, we can pull it into Power BI. Okay, we can pull it into Power BI. From the data Lakehouse, we can pull the data into notebooks. Okay, we can pull it into notebooks. From the Lakehouse, we can pull the data into pipelines. But previously, what do we have? We have only used it for Power BI. Now we can also use it for notebooks. Now we can also use it for the pipeline. So this is how the data is stored in the Lakehouse. The data is stored in the form of Parquet files, okay, which is similar to CSV. It can store huge amount of data which contains the transactional log plus Parquet delta table. The data is stored in the form of delta table. What does it contain? Let me show that to you. What does it contain? How the data is stored? Let's see that. How the data is stored. Let me show that to you. Okay, so you see it is stored in the form of transaction log. Okay, the delta simply JSON format and the schema and delta table. So it's a combination of transaction log and delta logs and the files. Okay, it supports structured, semi-structured, and unstructured. What is data warehouse? Only structured. The data is stored in the form of tables. Okay, what is the difference? Main difference between Lakehouse and warehouse. Warehouse is used Power BI. From Power BI, we can get the data from warehouse. In the warehouse, the data is stored in the table format. Only structured data is stored. Coming to the Lakehouse, it can be used for the Power BI. It can be used for the notebooks. It can be used for the pipelines. Okay, so Fabric is built around a centralized storage system called as One Lake. Okay, Lakehouse is one of the most important workload inside the Fabric. So it can handle huge amount of data, 1 billion, 2 billion, 10 billions of data. Okay, if you take Excel, 1 million may be the limit. If you take Power Query Editor or SQL Server, 1 billion may be the limit. So if you want to handle huge amount of data, so One Lake, data lake is, Lakehouse is used for handling huge amount of data. So this is about the Lakehouse. Okay, so we have the SQL endpoint, okay, Spark engine and Power BI direct lake. Okay, so if you have heard about the semantic model, so we also have the direct lake. one lake catalog. If you have seen one lake catalog in Power BI, yeah, that is this one. Okay. Source system, data ingestion, architecture flow, one lake, and delta tables. In the one lake, the data is stored in the form of delta tables. What does the delta table contain? Delta table contains, okay, Parquet files. Okay, Parquet, what does it contain? Transactional log. It is in the form of JSON. So that is the delta lake. So if you see data source, ingestion means multiple data sources, okay, combine it and store it. So we use it ingestion in the pipelines. Okay, transform can be used in the Power BI or in the reporting and also notebooks and also in the data flows. Okay, so this is about the lake house. Now let us see how do we create a lake house. Okay, first and foremost thing is that first point is get data into Lakehouse. Okay, get data into Lakehouse. Okay, get data into Lakehouse. First of all, we created a workspace. In the workspace, click on the new item. Okay, click on the new item. You see, there are many things. Okay, a lot of things available. Okay, what do we have? Let's see what do we have here. Dataflow Gen1. Dataflow Gen1 is only, what is the difference between Gen1, Gen2? We will see that. Okay, notebooks, pipeline, and also we have SQL, mirrored database, Snowflake, data marts, event house. We can create the semantic model, Azure Data Factory, Dataflow Gen1. So what do we need to do? Storage. Let us go to the storage. Okay, or we can also search it in here. Let me search Lakehouse. Okay, now you see in the storage, store big data for cleaning, querying, and reporting and sharing. Let me click on the Lakehouse. So what do we need to do? Lakehouse, let me rename this as Lakehouse Workshop. Okay, Lakehouse Workshop. So it is giving one error. Okay, it can't take the space. What do we need to do? Underscore. Okay, underscore. So click on create. Okay, we created the first Lakehouse. What is the next thing? Okay, this is the view of the Lakehouse. Okay, what is the next thing? Get the data into Lakehouse. Okay, so we have Lakehouse Workshop, the name of the Lakehouse. Under that we have tables, database object, DBO, and the files. Let me click on three dots and add a new subfolder. What is the subfolder name? Let us go with the insurance project. Okay, let us go with insurance project and create. Yes, I created insurance project. So click on the insurance project, get the data into, okay, what is the first thing? Get data into, so let me write it over here. Okay, so get data into Lakehouse. Lakehouse. Okay, so click on get data, upload files. We can upload it from our system. Click on this and go to desktop. Where is that? Fabric. Microsoft Fabric. Yeah. So where is that? Okay. Let me get from okay, let me get it from here. So insurance, yeah. Let me get all these files. Okay. Insurance, premium, and payout KPI dashboard. So let me click on upload. Yes, we have uploaded the files. Okay. All the CSV files we have uploaded. Okay. So what do we need to do now? So let me click on one of the files and let's see what do we have in here. Okay, so click on the file. So you see file view. Let me click on make it into table view. Yes, we are able to see the data, but the thing is that the data is not cleaned. Okay, the data is not cleaned. So we have from the seventh row, the main data is starting. Okay, from the seventh row. Let me scroll to right side. And also we have in the column 10, column 11, we have and managed by some name. So column 10, column 11 should be removed. Okay, column 10 and column 11 should be removed. And let me click on any other data. Let me click on that. Let me click on the fact table, make it into table view. And now you see, yeah, in the fact table also we have the same thing. Okay, fact table also we have the similar thing. So we need to clean the data. Now, how do we need to clean the data? Okay, the next thing is that we need to clean the data. So for cleaning the data, we need to get these files into Dataflow Gen2. Okay, we need to get the file into Dataflow Gen2. So how do we do that? Click on the new item. Okay, click on the new item and click on the Dataflow Gen2. Okay, so let me write insurance project. Okay, let me write insurance data flow. Click on create. Okay, the second thing is that get the data into data flow from Lakehouse, get the data into data flow. Okay, now we got. Okay, now you are able to see this. Click on get data from another source. Okay, type Lakehouse. Okay, click on the Lakehouse. So whatever we created, okay, it is already logged in. So you need to log in. So once you get the free trial version, you will get it automatically. Your credentials being automatically processed. So let us connect to this. So what is the name that we created? Fabric Workshop Lakehouse. Let me expand this and click on the Lakehouse Workshop. Okay, what are all the files that we have taken? Expand the files. Okay, we have it under the insurance project. We have all the files. Okay, select the files. Okay, select the files and click on create. Okay, click on create. Now you might have got question. Okay, what is the difference between Dataflow Gen 1 and Gen 2? Okay, so Dataflow Gen 1 is original data flow that is used for the Power BI service. Okay, it is used for, it is an ETL tool which works on the M language, mashup language, M query, mashup query. It is used as extraction, transformation, and loading of the data. Okay, it works on the one lake. Okay, it works on the one lake. Source, Power Query, data flow storage, and Power BI dataset. So it is, we can get the data into data flow. Then from Power BI, we connect to the data flow. That is what we generally do in regular work. Here, okay, into the fabric, when fabric has evolved, okay, Dataflow Gen 1 is an older one which is only used for the Power BI. Okay, Gen 1 is used for Power BI only. Gen 2, it works on the Lakehouse. It can be used for multiple. Okay, Dataflow Gen 2 is a modern version built inside Fabric. Okay, it integrates directly with the Lakehouse and warehouse workload and stores delta in the data in the delta format. Okay, supports Spark, SQL endpoint, and Power BI. Gen 1 only supports Power BI. Gen 2 supports Spark, SQL endpoint, and Power BI. Fully integrated with the Lakehouse and warehouse. Okay, supports Fabric pipelines and better scalability and enterprise grade performance. Okay, so what is the difference between these two? Pipeline integration, yes. Lakehouse support, no. No. ADLS, Azure Data Lake. Okay, so performance high for the one lake. Okay, so we can use it like this. Okay, now let us see what do we need to do here. Okay, as usual, now you feel that you are in a Power Query editor. Okay, same options: transform, add column, view, help. Okay, so what do we need to do now? Let us clean the data. Okay, let me take off the blank, click on OK. Scroll right side, we have some blanks. Same thing. Okay, right click, remove columns. Okay, and go to transform, use first as header. Okay, yes, wonderful. So first we cleaned first table. Okay, we cleaned first table. So either we can go here, click on save, run and close. In Power Query Editor, what do? We click on close and apply. Once we click on close and apply, those whatever we edited, those are applied in the Power BI desktop, and then we can go for further visualization or analysis or data modeling. Okay, here what we can do, we can save this, and from Power BI desktop, we can connect it to this data flow. But now, no. What is the difference between Dataflow Gen 1 and Gen 2? In Gen 1, we do not get the storage of data as a data destination. Here we have data destination. Okay, here we can store the data. Okay, storage is Lakehouse. Store this data flow. Okay, we can store this data flow. Let me click on add destination. I would like to store. How do we want to store? Do we want to store it in the Lakehouse or warehouse or SQL database or SharePoint folder? As we are using Lakehouse, let me click on the Lakehouse. Okay, click on the next. So where do we want to store it? Okay, so we created Fabric workshop. Okay, Lakehouse. So in the Lakehouse, let me store it. Okay, Lakehouse workshop. Let me store it. Now, what is the difference here? Now we can edit. Okay, if you want update method, we can append the data or replace it, or we can go for dynamic schema, or we can go for fixed schema. Okay, now you can edit your, what do you say? There is no need of double clicking and changing the name of the column and changing the name of the data type over here. You can select whatever the data type you want to store in the Lakehouse. Okay, the data type that you want to select, that will be stored in the Lakehouse. Okay, you can manually change it over here. Let us not change anything. Use automatic setting and click on the save setting. Okay, now it is stored. How do we see? Let me first of all, let me click on save. Let me click on save and run. Okay, let me click on save and run. Let's see whether we get this data in the Lakehouse or not. Okay, so let me click on three dots of the DBO database object and click on refresh. Okay, let me click on the refresh over here. Okay, sometimes it takes little time. Let me click on refresh again. Okay, let me go here again. Okay, let us go with, and you see, right click on the table, you find a lot of options. Now you see, explain this query. The copilot is enabled. Enable staging. What is enable staging? We have an option in the Power Query editor like enable load or disable load. Okay, same thing. Okay, same thing over here. You see a lot of things. Let me click on the next one. Okay, let me click on the next one. Click on the data destination. Click on the Lakehouse. Okay, click on the next. And we need to select what is the source, what is the destination. Let me click on next. Click on save settings. Okay, but the thing is that we did a mistake. Okay, let me click on take off the blank, scroll right side, or let me only select the first four columns, right click, remove other columns. As usual, data transformation that we follow, go to transform and use first choice header. And in the cloud, there is no need of saving every time. Automatically, it will be saved. You see, what is that? We automatically save draft with your latest changes to this data flow so that you can recover them in case any unexpected issues in your editing session. Okay, so, but let me click on save and run. Okay, let's see whether it is saved in the Lakehouse or not. Okay, let me click on refresh. Now you see we got customer. Okay, whatever we cleaned in the Lakehouse, it is been applied. Okay, it is been appeared here. Okay, it is been appeared here. Let me click on the refresh again. Okay, let me click on the refresh. Let's see other table. Are we able to see other table also? Okay, let us go. Let us go to the data flow again. Let me click on this. Okay, let us clean that. Okay, let us clean that. Let me take off the blank. Okay, and only first four columns are useful. Right click, remove other columns. make use first as header. Yes, it is cleaned. Now what do we need to do? Data destination. Click on the Lakehouse. Click on next. Click on the fabric, whatever the destination that we want to store the data. Let me click on save settings. Yes. Let me go to home and click on save and run. So that once we click on save and run and we go to Lakehouse, we would refresh. Okay, let me click on refresh. Okay, now you see insurance, we got insurance. I mean, it is taking little time. Okay, it is taking few seconds, but it stores. Okay, we got the insurance. Now let us go to the insurance data flow again. Click on the policy type and let us clean the data. 3 columns, right click, remove other columns. Okay, so now let us go for removing the blanks. Okay, let me take off the blanks and use first as header. Go to transform, use first as header. Okay, so let me click on the destination again. Lakehouse, next. Go to the fabric, whatever we created, click on the Lakehouse, click on the next. We can change the table name. If you want, we can change the table name. In the destination, the table name can be changed. Okay, so let me click on home, click on save and run. We can also save, close and run. So let me go to workshop and let me refresh. Now you see we got it. Policy type. So let me go to the next table, regional manager. Okay. So click on the 5 columns, right click, remove other columns. Okay. So now let us remove the blanks. Take off the blanks. Now make use first as header. And click on Lakehouse. Click on next. And select the destination. Click on next. Click on save settings. Okay, so in the source, what is the data type? In the destination, what can be the data type? So we can change it manually. So save and run. Yes, let us go here and refresh it. Yes, now we got 4 tables. So now let us go. The last and final, okay, we have one more, 2 more. So let us do that. The first 4 columns, shift and select, remove other columns. And let me take off the blanks. Okay, and let me go to transform, use first as header. Okay, so now what do we need to do? Again, the destination. Let me click on next. Okay, go to fabric, click on workshop. Let me click on save. And we have the last one, final one, fact insurance policy table. This is one of the important tables. Okay, fact table is important. Okay, so every transaction we would be having in the fact table. So let me take off the blanks and use first as header. Okay, now let us go for making destination Lakehouse. Click on the next and go for Next. So you see, so how beautiful it is. Getting the data into Lakehouse. For cleaning the data, we are using the data flow. From data flow, okay, to data flow, we are getting the data from Lakehouse. Again, we are pushing the data into Lakehouse. Again, we are pushing the data into Lakehouse. So now let me click on save and run. So go to Lakehouse again. Now let me click on refresh. So let's see whether we have got the fact table or not. Refresh. Okay, so I can click on it. I can see whatever the data that we have. Okay, what is the data type that we have? We cannot make any changes. What is the Lakehouse? Read only. We can enter the data. Whatever the changes that we want to do, we need to do it in the Lakehouse or in the pipelines, data factory. Okay, Lakehouse only read only. You remember that. We cannot write. Yes, now we got fact insurance table. Okay, good. So now what did we do? We clean the data. We prepared the data in the Lakehouse, sorry, in the data flow. So what we can do, we can click on close and run. Okay, save, run and close. Okay, save, run and close. But the thing is that, okay, let me enable staging. Okay, enable staging. Okay, enable staging. It is like enable load in Power Query Editor. Enable staging. Enable staging. Enable staging. And without using the Lakehouse, okay, data destination, we can save this, save, run and close. So what happens? It will be saved and it will be executed and also it will be closed. Okay, we saved, we ran and we closed it. Yes. Now what do we need to do? What is the next step? Yes, the two steps are being completed. What is the first step? Get data into Lakehouse. For cleaning the data, get the same data from Lakehouse to data flow. We cleaned the data. Again, we stored the same data into the Lakehouse. Okay. What is the next step? Okay. Create the semantic model. Okay. The next step is creating the semantic model. Okay. Create semantic model. Okay. Create semantic model. So how do we create a semantic model? What is a semantic model? First of all, okay, what does the semantic model contains? Semantic model is like a preparation of the data, okay, preparation of the tables. So what do we contain in the semantic model? Data modeling. Okay, first thing is that data modeling or data transformation. Okay, we clean the data. First of all, we clean the data, data transformation. Second way is data modeling. Third one is data analysis. Okay, after this, what do? We can use this model for report development. Okay, we can use this model for report development. So what do? You see new semantic model, click on the new semantic model. Now what do we need to do? We need to enter the semantic model name. Insurance semantic model. What we are trying to do now? We are creating a semantic model. What do we need to do? Select the tables. Okay, whatever the tables that we pulled from the data flow, we need to select all. Let me click on confirm. It works or not. Yes, now we got the semantic model. Okay, now we got semantic model. So what do you see here? This model is in a large semantic model storage format and the version history is available. What is the version history? Okay, you did one change. Okay, you did one change and you stored it in a data storage. Okay, you changed one thing. You stored, for example, you stored the data. You stored a file. Okay, it will be as a 1.0 version. Okay, you stored a first copy of the data. Okay, I can simply say in the layman terminology, first copy, and you are making some changes. Okay, you made in the tomorrow you made some changes and you are storing the data again, then that would be 2.0. Okay, second copy of the data. So here what it is saying, you can go for first version. For example, by mistake you made some changes and you pushed, okay, you saved it, but you want to revert that, roll back into the first version. So what you can do, you can click on the 1.0 version and you can get that. So that is version control. It is also called as version control. In the SharePoint you would find that. Okay, version history, you would have an option called as version history. Okay, what is the next thing that we need to do? Okay, so did we get all the tables? No, we haven't got all the tables. Let me click on edit table because we are missing fact table. Let me click on edit table and let me select two tables. Let me click on confirm. Now we need to make the relation between the tables. Okay, now we need to make the relation between the tables. So let me scroll right side. Let us make it like a star schema. Okay, look like a star schema, not a star schema, look like a star schema. Okay, so star schema. So let me arrange. Okay, so what we can do, let me hover over this. You would find the name of the table, source name, source schema is DBO, storage mode is direct lake, data source is Lakehouse, server name is Lakehouse underscore workshop, workspace is the name of the workspace, data refreshed, it is just now, it is refreshed, 652. Okay, so what do we need to do now? Let us make the relation between the tables. Okay, let us make relation between the tables. There are three ways of making the relationship. The first and foremost way is click on the manage relationship. Click on the new relationship. From table should always be the fact table. To table, let me go for customer table, customer ID, customer ID. Yes, it is many to one. Let us go for the both direction because the data should pass through all the tables. Okay, we made the relation. Agent code, let me scroll down. Sales agent code, drag and drop. This is another way of making relationship. Okay, another way of making relationship. Click on save. Again, what do we have? Policy code. Where is the policy code? Policy code and policy code. Okay, make it both direction and click on save. Yes. Okay. What is the next thing? Number policy type code. Where is the policy type code? Policy type code and policy type code. Click on both and click on save. Okay, good. Next one, regional manager ID. Let me come down. RM ID is the regional manager ID. Regional manager ID. Let me make both and click on save. Yes, we made it. Next one is zonal manager. Where is the zonal manager? Zonal manager ID and zonal manager ID. Okay, let me go for both and click on save. Yes. Now we made the semantic model is ready. I mean, we just only did data modeling part. Okay. On the top right side, you have an option, edit viewing. Okay. When you are in a view mode, you can only view the tables. You cannot edit it. Okay. You find the same options in the Power Query Editor. Okay. We created the third one, that is we created the semantic model. So what do we need to do now after creating the semantic model? Let us create the report. From this semantic model, let us create one report. How do we create? Click on the file, click on create a new report. Okay, create a new report. Okay, so now you see we created, now we have come into another view, another window, the similar kind of a Power BI view, Power View. Okay, we can create the visuals here. But if you see in the fact table, we did not create any measures. Okay, we did not create any measures. Let us do one thing. Let me go here. Okay, expand here. And what do we have? Premium amount. Okay, we can also create the measures online. Right click, new measure. Okay, premium amount insurance. Premium amount or premium amount insurance. Okay, equal to sum of premium amount. Close the bracket. Okay, click on enter. Okay, so we want it to be applied in here. Okay, let me scroll, some magic. Yes, now you see premium amount insurance. Okay, automatically it is created. Premium amount insurance is being created. Okay, now you see premium amount insurance is being created. What do we need to do now? So let me create any visual. Okay, let me take a bar chart. Okay, let me take a bar chart. What we can do here in the bar chart, we can go for insurance agent, sales agent, and the premium amount. Okay, premium amount. And from other, okay, policy type, we can also enter the legend policy type. Okay, so what did we understand from here? So which policy that is being offered by the sales agent? Okay, which policy that is being, and we can also go for the formatting the visuals. Go here and enable the data labels. We can see the numbers. Okay, total labels, we can see the totals. Go to bars and we can select the colors. Okay, endowment, we can select any light colors. Okay, what do we do? Let's select some light colors. Okay, that is what we follow. So in the meanwhile, in the company also we follow the same thing. Okay, light colors. In the organization also, we do not want it to be the darker, make it light colors. Okay, oh no, let us go for some other. Yeah, now you see we made some light colors. Okay, now we created one visual. Okay, sales agent premium. Okay, what we can do, sales agent premium. Okay, we created the visual. So whatever the changes that we want to make, we can make changes. We can go for aesthetics, or if you want to apply some other. Okay, you see sum assured INR, I can go here again. I can create one more measure. Right click, new measure. Okay, sum assured. Sum assured equal to sum of. Okay, sum assured. Close the bracket. Click on enter. Okay, there is no need of saving it. Automatically online it saves. Let me. You see, there is no measure. Okay, now you see it appeared. Okay, sum assured. Now it is appeared. Tenure, for example, underwriting expense. Yes, I can go for writing underwriting expense. New measure. Okay, new measure, underwriting expense. Underwriting expense equal to sum of, okay, sum of underwriting expense. Close the bracket, click on enter. If you want to hide this, for example, you want to hide underwriting, right click, hide it in the report view. Okay, we have hidden it. Now if I go here, just scroll down, up and down. Okay, underwriting expense, we are not able to see the measure, that number, that underwriting expense column. Okay, this is how we can do it. What we can do, the next thing, click on the save this report. Okay, let me enter the name of the report, insurance premium and payout dashboard, and click on save this. Yes, okay, we saved it. Okay, now we are able to see the report. If we want to edit, click on edit and we can edit it. Whatever the changes that we want to do. Let me click on Copilot, whether we are able to Copilot. What it is saying, Copilot isn't supported in this workspace. Okay, maybe due to the license part, okay, we are not able to see. Click on reading view, then we can get into this view. Okay, online we created it. Okay, we created online. So this is about creating the data. Okay, creating the report. The next topic is, okay, the next topic is, we can also do it. The next topic is data factory. Okay, let me click on new folder. Let me create a new folder. Where is that? New subfolder. Okay, so let us go for products table. Products table. What is the agenda? Let us discuss that. Okay, we created the products table. Okay, I think you heard about append. Okay, what did you do? What did we do here? Let us see the data that is available here. So what do we have? Let us see the data in the Excel or in the CSV. So what do we have here? We have the serial number, dates, products. Okay, we have the serial number, dates, and products. What do we have in the 2nd February sheet? We have the number. It is not renamed serial number. Okay, it is a number in here. Date, not the dates, date, product. Okay, in the January we have serial number, dates, products. In the February we have number, date, product. And let's see, let me click on the March. What do we have in the March? We have SN number, date, product. Okay, there are three things here. What do we have here? SN number. Okay, let me copy the same thing. Okay, let me copy. First of all, let us copy from the, so this is in the Jan. In the February, we have, this is in the February. Okay, let us go through the March. So in the March, we have this one. Okay, so what is, you see in the Jan serial number, February number, March S number, dates, date, products, product. What do we need to do as a data engineer? Okay, we need to make this into a standard format, naming convention. Okay, naming convention. Okay, naming convention. So what do we need to do? We need to follow some standards, standardizing the name, using the column names, or it is also called as attributes. Okay, so what do we need to do? Serial number, SN number. Let us change it into one format, that is S number. S number. Dates, date. Let us change it into date. Products, product. So product. Every time we go for product. Let us change it into this format. So what do we do in Power BI in general? Okay. So we individually we change it into, okay, every column, every sheet we go, okay, we go here, every sheet we change it into serial number, S number, date, product before appending the data. Okay, before appending the data, we change it in the source. But if there are 100 sheets available, 100 tables available, so how do we standardize it? Okay, so whatever the naming convention in the 100 tables, we will follow one format. Okay, for that, what do we do? We create, okay, for that, what do we do? We create the pipeline. Let me click on new item. Okay, pipeline. So it is called as a data factory in Azure, pipeline in Fabric. So let me go for product pipeline. Product pipeline. Let me click on create. Let's see, it is loading. So what is the usage of pipeline? To automate few jobs, to copy anything, to trigger anything, to schedule refresh, okay, copy data. So for those things, we go for pipeline. So first thing, let me click on copy data activity, add copy data activity. Okay, did we load the data in here? Okay, we have not loaded the data. Let me click on get data, upload files. Let me click on this here, or you can click on the folder. Okay, so let me go to Fabric. Where is the Fabric? Microsoft Fabric. Let me select these three. Click on open. Click on upload. Yes, the three files are uploaded. Okay, three files are uploaded. Let me click on refresh. Okay, click on the any file. You see the file view, make it into table view. Okay, you see this. Okay, you can go for first as header. Yes, you can see it. Now let us go to product pipeline. Okay, product pipeline. Copy data activity. So what do we see here in the pipeline? We have a general. I can go for making Jan. Okay, Jan 2026. I can rename this. Click on the source. Okay, what do we need to do? Here, let me select the Lakehouse, whatever we created. Okay, so what is the table? Lakehouse workshop. What is the Lakehouse? Okay, click on the files. Okay, click on the files. So click on the browse. Okay, click on the browse. Click on the insurance project. Do we have that or not? Isn't it loaded? Yeah, in the products we have it. Yeah. So let me select Jan. Click on OK. Okay, we got it. So in the file format, it is not binary. It is delimited text. Okay, delimited text. So what do we need to do? Destination. How do we want to store the data? Same thing. Let us go with the Lakehouse. Let us go with the workshop. Okay. Select manually. I can enter the table name manually. Okay. Okay. I can enter the products table new. I can enter it. Go to mapping. Okay. Click on the import schema. Okay. Now you see, what do you see here? Serial number, dates, products. Okay. What do you see here? Serial number, dates, products. What is the standard that we want to follow? S number, date, product. Okay. Let us do the same thing. Okay. Here what I can do? I can go for S dot number. Okay. S dot number, not the dates. Let us go for dates, capital. Because if we enter the capital, we can easily understand. So that is the reason I'm entering the capital. So we can find out the changes easily. Okay, we can find out the changes easily. So that is the reason I'm making. So what do we need to do? Click on the run, save and run. Let's see whether it is saving or not. It is running. You see, the job is running. Okay, so it is in queue. So let it run. So the activity is currently refreshing. So we have a pipeline ID. So now it is succeeded. Okay, the pipeline is succeeded. Let me go here. Okay, let me refresh. Okay, let me refresh. Let me refresh this again. Let me refresh. Yeah, product. You see products. Okay. So now you see SN number, dates, products. Okay. Did we get that? Yeah. Now here you see. Okay. Did we write dates? Did we write dates? Let me check. Mapping dates. Yeah, we have written dates. Yeah. Yes, that's right. SN number, dates, not dates. Let us change date. Okay. Let us change it into date. Let me click on run. What we are trying to do? We are running, executing the pipeline job. Yes, we have executed this. Okay, we have executed this. So let me go for writing product pipeline and new create. Okay, let me click on add copy data activity. So from here, let me get the select the lakehouse, select the lakehouse files, browse, insurance project, products table, and let me get the data. Okay, Jan. Click on OK. Okay. Now let me go for, and also we have one more option, wildcard path, file path. Okay. You want to pull many files from there. The way we have wildcard functions like operator in SQL, we also have the same thing. There we use percentage. Here we use star. Okay. Connection type, the same thing. Okay. Same lakehouse. So let me enter manually. Okay. Product table new. Okay. Product table new. Okay, binary, it is not applicable for binary. So let me make it into delimited text. mapping. Okay, import to schema. Now let us not make any mistake. Okay, now let us not make any mistake. Let us go for writing the some standard s dot number, and here dates. Here let me write products. Okay, now let me click on run, save and run. Now let's see whether it gets updated or not. Okay, it is running. So we can also add activities. So if you see trigger, we can also trigger anything. So we can also select, we have many things. We have invoke pipeline, lookup. Okay, it ran successful. So I can go to Lakehouse. Okay, so I can refresh it. It is loading. Under the product, we can see. Okay, SN number, not the dates, I think. Let me refresh. Yeah, products table with small letter. Yeah, now you see. Okay, did we write the same thing? Products and product, dates and product. Yeah, yes, we made the same thing, dates and products. Okay, now what do we need to do? Let me control C, control V. Okay, we got one more. Okay, I can also go for source again. I can select in place of Jan. Let me select Feb. Okay, Feb. Okay, go for destination. Okay, so let me go for mapping. Okay, what is the thing that we are doing? Append. Yes, we want to append. After January, we need to get February. Okay, serial number do we have? Let me click on import schema. Okay, number dates. Okay, date here. Now you see, we got it. Okay, let me click on run, save and run. The same naming convention that we want to use it for February also. Okay, the same naming convention that we want to use February, and also we can create one more copy job. We can take the March, and we can also use the same naming convention. I think it is succeeded. Yes. Okay. Now I can go here. Okay. So let me scroll down. 19. Okay. Till Jan 19th Jan 2026. Let me click on refresh. Let's see whether it is appended here or not. Okay. After 19th Jan, let me click on refresh again. Okay. Now you see after 19th Jan, you see February data. Okay. February data. Now we are able to see February data. Let's see the same thing. Okay. Last one. Okay, let me go for source. In place of February, let me make the change into March. Okay, mapping, let me directly go to, okay, products, new table. We are saying this is the table name. Okay, go to mapping, click on reset. Okay, import to schema. Okay, so we are not able to get it. Okay, let me write date. Okay, date. Okay, here let me write product. Okay, product. Okay, that's wonderful. Let me click on run, save and run. After 19th of February, whether we are able to get it or not. Let's see that. Okay, it is running. It triggered successfully. The refresh is triggered, but not completed. Okay, three of them are running. And what is the operation that we are doing? Append. Or activity. It's not operation, it's activity. Yes, it is succeeded. Let us go here. Okay, scroll down 19th. Let me click on refresh. Okay, now you see 1st March. Now we got the data. That's wonderful. So this is what we have it. So we can also, this is how we schedule the refresh or go for pipelines, data factory. We can improve the activities. We can go for scheduling the refresh, copy jobs. We can add the jobs. We can trigger anything. So this is what we have it. We can also go for opening the notebook, or we can also go for, you see on the top right side, you have Lakehouse. We can also go for SQL Analytics endpoint. Okay, now you see, I can click on this, go for any tables. If you have any tables, we can get the tables. New SQL query, I can get the query. I can, this is the SQL query. I can go for select star from dummy. Let's see whether we have it or not. Okay, let me click on run. Yes, okay, invalid dummy. So I need to add the data, that's it. Okay, under the DBO, we will have it. Tables, yeah, we have it. So I can get this insurance. Oh, what happened? Okay. Yes. Now let me click on run. Okay, this is SQL endpoint. What happened? Select star we are missing from. Now you see it is loaded. The data is loaded. Okay, so I can also go here, new SQL query, or I can go for SQL visual. We can go for SQL visual. So I can click on this. Okay, now you see we get it in the format of, okay, fact table. So I can get the fact table also, fact insurance table. Yeah, we got it already. So what do we need to do? We need to join these two tables. So how can we join these two tables? Okay, so I can create a transform, group by, or sort. I can also combine, merge queries. Okay, so I can merge it with this customer ID. Okay, where is that customer ID? Policy number. So what do we have here? Customer ID. Yeah, customer ID. So I can click on OK. Now you see, we can get the data, expand it, and whatever the columns that we want, policy holder name, click on OK. And now we can get the data. Okay, this is the similar way that we have in the Power Query editor. We also have it in here. Okay, we can have it in here. I can click on this new query if I want to go for new query. So I can go for query activity, open in Visual Studio or anything. We will also have one thing. Setting. Okay, let me click on setting. SQL endpoint. Okay, so it is generated. So what is the SQL endpoint? SQL connection string is generated. I can go here, click on the untitled, click on the server name. Okay, in the server name, enter that. Okay, click on OK. Okay, use Microsoft account. Sign in. Okay, we can directly connect to that. Use another. Where is that? Okay, let me click on connect. So whatever the tables available there, we can pull it into Power BI. Now you see Lakehouse. Okay, what are all the tables that we have? Yeah, these are all the tables that we have in there. Lakehouse. What we can use? SQL endpoint, copy that SQL endpoint, paste it in the server. So we can pull the data in here. Click on load. You see how beautiful it is. Okay. Now you are going beyond Power BI. Okay. There is something beyond Power BI. Not only Power BI. Till now you felt like, okay, we have a lot of things in Power BI. But these are all beyond Power BI. Okay. So here we have it. And also what do we see here? Let me go to again the workshop. So let us see what do we have in the other items. Notebooks. Let us go through the just another 5 minutes. Notebook. notebook. You see, explore, analyze, and visualize data and build ML models. What does it support? Apache Spark, Python, T-SQL. Okay, let me go for notebook underscore one, the name. This is the environment of the notebooks. Okay, so what we can do, we can add the items from one lake. Let us see one lake whether we have it or not. Okay, let me click on this, click on connect. Now you see, so from whatever the one lake that the data is stored, we can get it the notebooks. Okay, so let me expand it. Tables, DBO, whatever we have it, I can get it in here. Okay, df data frame equal to spark.sql select to star from. So what is the environment we have? We can write it in PySpark, Python plus Spark, Spark Scala, Spark SQL, Spark R, and HTML. Okay, this is what the environment, this is what we have it. Okay, I can click on it. Python T-SQL, I can also go for T-SQL. I can add the data warehouse. If I have any warehouse, I can add. If you have anything, we can add it. Okay, so DBO tables, let me add it over here. Okay, let me click on code. Oh, you find your, if you are familiar with the Anaconda Jupyter notebook, you are feeling similar. Oh, I see the same in there. Okay, so let me go for Python PySpark. Okay, so here if you see, click on run. So what we need to do, we need to know PySpark. This is Databricks. Okay, this is Databricks. Notebooks are Databricks in Fabric. Session started. We can go for a endorsement schedule if you want to schedule the refresh. Okay, we can schedule. Okay, it is running. Let's see. Okay, it is already limited to 1,000. Yeah, now we got the table. Okay, now we got the table. So what we can do, we can go for environment. We can select whatever the environment that we want. Okay, we can run cell. The similar kind of a view that we have. AI tools. We can go for new auto ML run. We can choose the data, whatever we want. We can choose, we can select the algorithm. So if you remember, we have few algorithms: linear regression, logistic regression, random forest, decision tree, k-means clusters in the analysis part. Okay, we can choose the data and all. Okay, this is all about the notebooks. Okay,